Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Josh, and today we're going to be back with another movie review. Recently, I had the absolute pleasure of seeing 1917 in theaters. So let's go. Before the movie, I went ahead, I didn't spoil myself on anything. Not that there's a whole lot to be like really spoiled, but I did read an article talking about some of the best movies of the year, and 1917 was coming up, and I was already excited for it. Already wanted to see it. It looked great. But as I was reading the article, it said that it was a one-shot movie, and I'm like, I'm like, really? It's a one-shot movie. It's one take. That's how we're gonna go with this. All right, that's cool. So, my brother and I, we went to the theater. We got settled in, and for the first 20 minutes or so, reading that article distracted me a little bit because I'm glad I did, because I'm not 100% sure if I would have like really noticed just watching it naturally. But for the first like 20 minutes or so, I'm like, they're gonna cut at some point. They've got to cut at some point. They're gonna cut away. They don't. They don't ever cut away. This movie was shot so beautifully that it's, in all honesty, even if you're not like a war movie person, which I'm not necessarily like a big war movie buff. I've seen, some of the classics and everything like that, like Saving Private Ryan. I've seen Band of Brothers and everything like that, and they're great movies. But obviously, war films aren't for everybody. But I suggest everybody should see this movie in theaters if they have a chance. It is shot so gorgeously, and it's a theater movie. You need to watch it, with big picture, big sound, get the full immersion and everything like that. It was absolutely great. But now on to the actual movie. 1917 is a movie, like I said, it's a war film. It's taking place during World War I, where a set of young soldiers are ordered to make a dangerous trek to another fleet of soldiers far off in another town. Well, far enough off by foot. But anyways, to essentially call off an attack, because they have gotten information that the attack is a trap and that they're going to lose soldiers upon soldiers. It's going to be a complete massacre and just a terrible situation. So the movie is completely based around these two guys just making that dangerous trek. But as I said before, the camera does whatever everybody else does. When the guys get up and walk, the camera follows them. When they're panning through the house, the camera goes through the house with them. When there's a big set piece action scenes and stuff going on, the camera's right in there. It never cuts away. There are some shots where you can tell that these sequences are probably where stuff was edited together. Close-ups on wood grains, close-ups on like feet going through the mud, stuff like that. Some like more normal stuff that you can probably go ahead and edit together without a whole lot of problem. But it definitely, at no point does it take away from the fact that what you're seeing is just beautiful. The score, the whole look of the movie is great. It is spot on. The acting is absolutely it's wonderful. Everybody does a great part. Everybody just great line delivery. You really feel everything. I don't want this to be a really short review, but I don't really have anything but good things to say about this. I don't want to go ahead and start going through the whole movie's plot and everything like that, because while a lot of stuff does happen, I've pretty much told you the gist of what's going on. I don't want to really go into too many specifics about, the things that happen in certain situations, how long it ends up taking, character specifics, nothing like that. Because in all honesty, I think that this will end up being one of the best movies of the year. I can definitely see, late November, December, when I'm looking back at everything that I went ahead and watched, that this will still be fresh. Don't get me wrong, it is a big epic movie. I can't necessarily see somebody watching it a handful of times a year or anything like that, but I do think it's a movie that you can, check out once a year, once every, so often, and really do it right. Get out your projector, get the speakers set up, and just give it a go. It is paced very well. I believe it's it's definitely over 2 hours long. It might be 2.5. It might be a little bit under that. But it was paced great. Not really a slow burn, but you're not getting pummeled with shit going on. It's not like a ridiculous Michael Bay explosion fest or anything like that. It definitely takes care of the story, the characters, and just treats everything with class. Like I said, I have nothing but good points. I'm not gonna get up in arms about raging like the fucking Grudge, cause I don't need to. So when you guys get a chance, definitely go out and see 1917.